Hello guys, today we are talking about remote work in German IT. In particular, we will cover following topics. What is the general remote jobs landscape in Germany? Then we will cover salary differences between different types of working schedules. That will be the main part of this video, and I will share with you a lot of different statistics and insights. And after, we will also talk about remote work policies in German IT companies depending on the size of the company. And in the end, we will briefly cover regional differences. So first of all, let's talk about remote work trends, which is happening in Germany in 2023 and 2025. Yes, I'm operating with a very fresh data here. Luckily, remote work has finally established its place in German IT sector. By early 2024, roughly 15–16% of all job postings in Germany, and I mean all jobs in all industries, so they are advertised remote or hybrid work options. This marks a huge leap from pre-pandemic levels. For example, in 2019, only 3.7% of online job ads mentioned something about home office. And by the way, in 2023, it was already a huge step ahead with the 17.6% of remote jobs available. Of course, IT roles lead amongst industries. In 2023, nearly 3/4, almost 75% of IT service employees worked from home at least occasionally. And in post-pandemic era, hybrid models became the most widespread. A mid-2024 survey of 1,200 companies found out that 82% of information technology companies, I mean tech, media, etc., have employees working from home at least once per week. Companies are also expect this number to grow to 88% by 2026, signaling that flexible work is here to stay. No wonder that employees also prefer flexibility. Surveys show a majority of professionals would choose roles with remote or hybrid options. People even less care about salary or how interesting the project is. So, for instance, in early 2025, about 48% of job seekers desired hybrid or fully remote jobs. German workers increasingly view remote work as an attractive benefit. While some CEOs of large German firms predict a full return to the office within a few years, this, by the way, was shown in 2023 by one of the surveys provided by KPMG German, and this survey showed that 86% of top German executives foresee employees back to 5 days a week in office in 2026. But the reality on the ground is completely different. According to the IFO Institute, 24% of employees across Germany were working from home in early 2024, and this rate has held already steady for 2 years. In short, remote work is firmly established the German IT job landscape, with hybrid arrangement becoming the normal rather than an exception. Now let's talk about salary differences. Remote versus office IT roles in Germany 2023-2025. Let's start from the general IT salary overview in Germany. Based on the latest market reports and salary insights, the average salary of IT professionals in Germany in 2025 is projected to reach approximately 67k to 85k gross per year. Senior level positions, especially in high demand skills such as software engineering, cloud computing or cybersecurity, can even exceed 100k annually, and this, by the way, was provided by the Stepstone Salary Report 2024. Salaries for remote positions are generally from 5 to 10% lower compared to equivalent on-site roles. So salary by work arrangement. Here you are, I mean remote versus hybrid versus office. Here is a detailed comparison based on data compiled from recent German market reports. I'm speaking here about such sources as Stepstone, Robert Half, KPMG Germany. You can pause the video and if you want to study those numbers in more detail. So, what observations we have here? Mid-level software developers typically see about from 5 to 7% salary gap between remote and office-based positions. Senior and specialized roles, such as DevOps or, for example, data scientists, show slightly higher salary discrepancies, up to 10%, reflecting the preference of employers to maintain highly specialized skills in-house. for collaboration and security purposes. Now let's speak about salary trends in 2025 and beyond, how it will evolve. Projected salary trends indicate continued moderate growth. Salaries of highly specialized and senior positions, especially with cybersecurity, machine learning, and cloud services, will continue to increase, potentially reaching annual average of 105K or 120K annually by 2026. This was provided by KPMG Technology Salary Forecast 2025. General IT roles are expected to see moderate growth from 3 to 5% annually, closely tracking inflation and economic growth in the country. And just to close the salary topic, don't think that you cannot have a full remote positions and earn more than 100K salary at the same time. Here is a database of up-to-date IT job postings from, by the way, wellfound.com. This is one of the biggest startup-related internet platforms. Let's just quickly run a simple query which will give us full remote positions in Germany with salaries. You see the numbers. These are real positions which are currently active on the platform. You can even see the names of the companies. Now let's talk a little bit about regional salary variations. According to the recent economic analysis from industry sources such as, for example, Bitkom or IFO Institute, Munich and Frankfurt have higher salaries with average annual IT income around 85K to 95K due to the concentration of large enterprises, banks and high-tech companies there. Berlin and Hamburg slightly lower, around 75 to 85K annually, though both cities are increasingly popular for startups and digital companies offering competitive but generally lower salaries. Smaller cities or rural areas typically offer salaries from 10 to 15% lower, often reflected in remote salaries adjusted by employers based on lower cost of living standards. Now let's talk about impact of remote work on salary expectations and employee preferences. And it shows that 57% of German IT professionals surveyed by Bitkom indicated that they would accept slightly lower salaries in exchange for the full flexibility due to the remote options. Approximately 32% of IT companies in Germany adjust salaries based explicitly on the employee's location when offering remote contracts. Employers, by the way, justify salary reductions for remote positions with savings on commuting and the flexibility benefit. Now let's talk about company policies, how they compare with large enterprises versus startups. Large enterprises often adopt hybrid policies. Many allow some remote days but still require office presence for collaboration. In fact, big companies have led remote adoption in practice. In 2023, companies with 250 plus employees have 33.8% of working people they were working from home at least part-time, compared to just 13% in firms under 50 employees. Over 70% of startups actively promote or offer remote work options, recognizing that flexibility helps to attract top talent regardless of the locations. And now small announcement from my side. Scalable Capital, the company where I'm working right now, is actively hiring people in tech and financial fields, and we have a lot of hybrid and full remote options. This is one of the biggest and most successful German fintech companies. I've been working here for already 4 years on the senior engineering position, and I can totally recommend Scalable Capital as one of the best German employers. I will leave the link on the Scalable Capital career section in the pinned comment to this video. And if you have a required skills, and if you really have those skills, you can write me on LinkedIn. By the way, my profile is in the description of this channel, so I could answer your questions and give you my referral links on this position. My referral link does not guarantee you an invitation to the interview, but it guarantees that your application will be reviewed. Thank you for your attention, and I will be happy to see you as one of my colleagues. Now, coming back to regional variations in remote work adoption. Generally, major tech hubs and cities offer more remote opportunities compared to rural areas. An analysis of 55 million job postings found in 2023 revealed that big metropolitan areas had about 26% of listings mentioning home office options. At the same time, less populated rural districts had only around 9% of such jobs. Some cities have become remote work leaders. For example, Düsseldorf in Germany is the home office capital with 34.1% of job ads offering remote work in 2023. followed closely, by the way, by Frankfurt with 33.6% and Stuttgart with 32.9%. These financial and industrial hubs outpace even Berlin in remote-friendly postings, likely due to the concentration of multinational firms and service industries there. This trend offers potential benefits for smaller towns. As remote work grows, people no longer need to migrate to Munich or Berlin for their IT careers, allowing digitally commuting employees to live in more affordable regions. Overall, IT remote work is most prevalent in German largest high-cost cities, often as hybrid arrangements, but gradually enabling more geographic diversity in where tech professionals can reside. That's basically all for today related to remote jobs in Germany. I'm glad that you watched to the end and you are probably wondering where I took all this data. I will attach links to the sources to the video descriptions, and believe me, it's very big, so you can study it yourself. And if this data is not enough for you and you want to know more insights about German IT, watch one of the videos from my channel that you will see right now.